Welcome to the December collective tea leaf reading. I'm Rissa, this is Tea and Smoke. From the look of the tea this month, there are going to be some challenges as well as some high spots for you. There's also a Mercury retrograde starting on December 13th. So let's jump in and see what the cup has to say. As the month begins, I wonder if you're showing up a little tired, maybe not quite operating at 100%. Directly under the handle, you're showing up as two tiny little mice in the cup. It tells me that you're entering this month and you don't feel like you have a huge voice, you don't feel like you have a lot of direction, and you're a little concerned about which way to go. Under the mice, there's just scatter until we get to a bird perched on an apple. I consider birds to be lucky in my teacups, so despite the fact that you might be experiencing some overwhelm or loss of direction early in December, stick with it. Things are going to get better. The bird means that you're going to find your way and you're definitely going to end of the month strong. Apples can be a little bit trickier to read. The apple could literally mean eat more apples, take better care of your health. It could also be about the idea that there's some deception going on in your world. The symbol of the apple has a lot of different meanings throughout different cultures and over time. One of them can be fertility, one of them can be nourishment, and one of them can be a trickster. I'm going to lean into this and say that there's a possibility of a trickster. The apple is overlaying several other symbols. One of the symbols overlaying the apple is part of a parenthesis. It's leading into the emotional sector of the cup. With that, there are two exclamation points and a division symbol. Something you don't predict is going to pull away from you this month. It's okay. Let it go. This is absolutely for the best, even if you don't think so in the moment. Moving into the emotional side of the cup, there's not a lot going on initially. There's one small bird perched, meaning good things are coming, and then a lot of scatter and emptiness. You might go into December feeling a little bit like there's nobody on your side, or you're kind of alone, or you're wondering who am I going to spend my holidays with. Have faith, it's going to get better. The very next symbol we meet is a bird lifting off in flight, and then there's a basket of flowers. These are both positive aspects. They're small, but things will start to turn around as you get through the month. It's also possible that somebody coming from afar, traveling, or somebody who moved into your area recently is going to bring sort of a wave of emotions. This person might be new, might be old, might be a family member coming for the holidays. I'm expecting this to be a good adventure for you, hanging out with this person. This person carrying the suitcase shows up twice in the emotional sector of your cup. The first time they show up, they're attached to this large gateway structure. The gateway is the beginning of something new. It's the beginning of a big change for you, and it looks like a solid, real change. The other thing attached to this gateway is a camel. The camel is actually holding up part of the gateway, as if to say you've endured a long time, and this change that you desire is finally ready for you. Now, just underneath of that, there's a flow of emotion. This is showing up as just water flowing between you and the person who's visiting. There they are again, right there in the emotional side of your cup. This time though, it's about when they leave. At the end, there is a parting, and they're riding away on a seahorse. The seahorse is a positive aspect, and this might be some sort of masculine energy. Some person who is a man or has a masculine role in your world, they came in and they gave you some support through the holiday season. Moving on, there's more space in the cup. You can look at this open space in two ways. It could be time for you to rest, recover, sort of recuperate as we head into winter. Or this could be time for new people and situations to show up in your emotional world and the reality that you do, in fact, have space in your life for them. With the next set of symbols, I'm wondering, is there somebody from the past that you really want to hear from? Someone you're waiting for? This is showing up as a candle burning next to an old-fashioned telephone, and I mean a very old-fashioned telephone, as if you've been waiting and waiting and waiting for this person, for this connection for a very long time. There's no further information about whether this is a romantic connection, an old friend, or a family member. If you're waiting and waiting and waiting to hear from someone, and you never hear from them, that's also a response. Sometimes it's in letting go that we find our lightness and that our magic comes back. And I suspect this might be the case because just underneath of that is Aladdin's lamp letting magic flow onto a heart. Under the heart with wings, there's a large grouping of symbols. I'm going to read this all together. First, as you move through this quiet time earlier in the month, and as you move through the transition with the gateway, good things are coming. Your heart is going to feel lighter, it's going to feel more alive, and you're going to approach the new year with some renewed hope and optimism. This is going to translate into a much more positive emotional world. Underneath Aladdin's lamp, there's a woman with a large feather in her hair. She looks quite fancy, and she's petting a dog. When I look at these symbols, I see nourishment. I see you taking care of the relationships and people that support you, no longer waiting around for someone that you never hear from. Just attached and underneath the heart is a windmill. You're accepting these positive changes. You're accepting the good people, and you're accepting the love that you deserve. Attached to the windmill, the number 6. So plan for the next 6 months to see your heart continue to expand and to see yourself accepting more and more healthy relationship and emotional offers. The very last symbol that's sort of in the back of the emotional side, but also in the back column representing future, is a spider. I don't think of spiders as a bad symbol. However, they can represent the fears that you aren't dealing with. It might be that you're still afraid. You're still afraid that relationships aren't going to work. You're still afraid to trust yourself emotionally or to trust the other people around you. With such a large spider overlapping both parts of the cup, the advice is to learn to trust yourself. Really learn not to listen to your fear, but to listen to your actual intuition, to know with your heart what you want and what you see. Interestingly, the whole back of the cup, aside from the spider and some scatter, is completely open, as if you're going through the month of December and into 2024 with an open mind. You're completely ready to accept what's coming, and you're excited and making room for possibilities. Moving around, we're on the material side of the cup now. This is your home, your stuff, your car, your job, your education. And it starts out with a pretty good sign. Here you are, studying something you love. If you're not still in school, no worries, it doesn't matter. It could be that you're going to start reading something that's going to allow you to fix up your home. Or, even more likely, perhaps you are expanding your professional skills and you're going to be able to upgrade your job. These upgrades you're making, they're going to matter because right after them is an equal sign, as if the upgrades equal improvement. You're going to come through some confusion. You might not even understand why you want to study a new skill, a new language, take a class in your profession, take an extra class at school, stay late to study or go to the library. Whatever the case may be, follow those hunches. Stick with it. It's going to pay off. It leads right into an arrow that points to 2 connecting triangles that are next to a bird and a house. Let me break that down for you. The house could be whatever new thing you're learning. It could lead to upgrading your home, moving into a new one, or simply upgrading to a better workplace. The bird means luck is on your side. You're definitely on the right path. You're moving forward in your profession or your education, and you're making the right choices. Finally, the 2 triangles that are attached, 2 new opportunities coming in for your material sector. Whether it's about house, car, schooling, job, is good news. These are all upgrades. Sounds like you're going to finish the year on an upswing. A word of caution, however. There is a bit of a blockage over top of all of this and half of a skull. It tells me that you're still thinking about the past. And it might be those insecurities or experiences that are sort of pulling you back, that are making you hold back on any decision that might feel risky or even different, unfamiliar. The very next grouping, there are 2 people coming to you with an offer and you're standing there with a question mark. You're just not sure. Is it the right way to go? Can you negotiate? Is it going to be okay? Should I take this offer? It's the past that's holding you back. I'm going to invite you to consider, are you thinking about the past? Are you thinking about how things didn't work out before? Or I tried something before and it didn't go well. It happens to us all. When you stop trying, that's when you fail. Your cup is answering all of this in the form of a really big ghost. And the ghost is carrying an axe. Your ghost is also wrapped up with a bow, like a holiday gift. This is an invitation to cut ties with the past. The message is really clear because Very next two symbols are a duck and another triangle. Once you get past your ghost, once you are able to let go of those old fears and insecurities about your material life, new opportunities are showing up. And they're coming in with a duck. In my teacup symbology, ducks tell me that you are capable, smart, and you can get the job done. You have to believe that though. If you believe that you are smart and capable and deserve opportunities, this cup tells me they want to show up for you in December. Moving back into the rest of the material sector, there's a lot of empty space and there's a lot of scatter. In my teacups, scatter are about confusion, about you not knowing exactly what you want yet. You feel like you're just keeping up. It could be that as we go through December, there are a lot of things to attend to. You have to end the year, you have to deal with holidays. All of the stuff that is about your material life is going to come into play. That said, I encourage you, sit down and think. Start sorting through all the scatter in your mind, because there is a symbol of a person sitting in a chair quietly thinking. On one side of them, there's a spinning top with a triangle starting to form. This means as you make these decisions, the change is going to come in fast, it's going to come in strong, and you're going to be able to manifest the things that you want. Just past this, there's the letter S. It might not resonate for everybody, but this letter S will be about a person, place, thing, or situation in your material world. At the bottom of the cup, we're looking forward past the month of December. There were very few symbols showing up. The largest one was a cascade of water with two people riding down it. There was no boat. They're just kind of in the water. It tells me that going into January in 2024, you're going to have a lot of fast-moving emotions. Things are going to start going quickly, and hold on, keep your head above water. It doesn't look like a bad ride, but it does look like a wild one. The other symbol is the woman with a feather in her hair again. She's repeating from the emotional side, so this might represent someone in your actual life. Perhaps a mom, a sister, an aunt, a neighbor, a colleague, or friend. Perhaps this person is stylish enough to wear feathers in their hair. Or perhaps the feather is linking them to the energy of the bird, to the good luck, to the idea that this person could be leading you forward towards things that are lucky for you. This person is attached on the material side both to the duck that I already mentioned, the one that's proving how capable you are. In the drawing, you'll see the person is bolstering the duck, lifting you up. But she's also attached to a small square. The square can be a little bit of stuckness. The stuckness is touching both the woman with the feather and the apple that we saw in the very beginning. The overall message of the month: take the time you need and be prepared. You're going to be learning a lot of new things. It's going to be moving you forward materially, and it sure looks like there's going to be fascinating and very promising opportunities coming along in your emotional world. Thanks for stopping by for December's tea leaf reading. If this wasn't your reading, I do offer personal readings. However, please remember, I will never reach out on any media form to offer you a reading. You always have to contact me. If you enjoyed this reading, please like, subscribe, or share with a friend. I am wishing you very happy holidays if you celebrate.